People see all the different elements of their marketing as separate entities that float around independently of each other. And yeah, they might keep things organized in campaigns and utilize different tools here and there, but where this strategy fails miserably and why so many business owners and marketers massively miss the boat on scaling their lead generation is because they are not looking at their website and their CRM as one unit, okay, as the central hub to everything that they are doing. All elements flow in and out of this unit together, okay? And in this episode, I'm walking through how and why this needs to be the truth. My name is John Aiken. I'm the CEO of Web Canopy Studio, and this is the Website Conversion Show. It is a common misconception to think of your website as one piece of your overall marketing plan. And most people have this set it and forget it mentality where they build a website once and then they kind of leave it alone. And I'm here to tell you that that's really actually a very old and outdated way to think of your website, that it's not just a single channel that plays just a role in your marketing. It is the channel. It is the most important component of your entire marketing and sales operation. Your website is not an isolated standalone tool. It's a comprehensive and central component to everything that you are doing. But it's only half of the scenario, because we all know that using a CRM to manage your operations is where it's at. So how does your website play into that? Okay, how does your website do that if the CRM is the single source of truth? Well, just like your website, your CRM, which is also not a standalone tool that's just for your sales team or maybe just for your marketing team to keep track of your contacts. So let's take a quick look at this. It makes sense that thinking of both of these components as like separate standalone entities, right? Like that makes sense that your website brings people to it. They may fill out a form and you'll create a contact in the CRM. Boom, we're done. But that's not the proper way to think about this. The biggest mindset change that you can adopt that will help you reach totally new potential in your marketing is that the CRM and the website, they're literally the exact same thing. Okay, so what I want you to start doing is think about this, that your website is the front of your house, okay, it's client facing, and your CRM is the back of house, okay, it's the powerhouse behind everything the world is experiencing with your brand. And the two of them must talk to each other, right? It must be seamless, easily, it must be very consistent in what they're saying. So as you get into things with the buyer's journey and the different phases that people are moving through as they interact with your brand, it's only natural that the needs that they have at any given time change, right? They're never the same. If it's the very first time that they're visiting you, for example, they've never heard of you, you're completely new to them, and they're asking totally different questions in their head than, let's say, they've known your company for the last 6 months and they've been following you and they're evaluating whether or not this is the fit for them. So if that's the case, it's only natural that we deliver different experiences based on where people are at in their journey, and we allow that to happen in real time. For example, let's say you're a mid-sized software company and you're running the marketing and the sales operation, okay? And as a new contact comes to your website and fills out a demo request form, we want to make sure that within less than a second, a rep is assigned, okay? And that rep might need to be assigned regionally, so location's important. We want to make sure that the rep's calendar is immediately served on a thank you page so they can book. We want to create a deal in our pipeline. We want to automate that contact's lead score and likelihood to close. We want to add them to specific lists, right? We also may want to make sure that a workflow of follow-up emails are delivered to get the prospect information prior to that meeting, okay? We probably want to notify the rep that someone has booked a call, and we want to update our forecast for the month because we may know, let's say every 5 demos turns into 1 customer. So let's get an accurate number on the dashboard. And we may want to populate a report that shows what campaigns influence that prospect's journey to actually book that call, what pages they visited, what landing pages they interacted with, the blogs they were most engaged with, what they shared about us on social media, who else from their company they might have sent our information to, and so on. And all of this can happen within seconds when the website and the CRM are tightly aligned. However, it's not just the website populating the CRM that can be updating things either. The CRM changes can update the website in many ways to improve that user's experience. So imagine if just having a salesperson simply updating their deal stages or likelihood to close or even property updates, that would actually trigger a totally unique and custom experience for the prospect the next time they visited the website. Okay, we know that they have different questions than their first visit, let's say, than their 8th visit. So what if, the actual content on the website changed over time and talked about things and answers questions that your customers naturally have as they learn more and more about you as they engage with you. And so even adding personalization would really wow that user. What if as the user came back to the site, a dialog box popped up and said something like this: "Hi Jason, you spent time going through this kind of content on your last visit. Here are some other questions people just like you had as they explored our site. We hope this helps. Enjoy." That would be a really phenomenal experience, right? If we could make this kind of two-way street with your website. And now all this might be an extreme scenario, and it's definitely not something that I would recommend starting with because it can get really complicated really fast. However, I think you can see where this is going. All of your marketing and sales processes should lead back to your website and your CRM. Why? Because it's the front end of your CRM. Even having specific sections of your website highlighting sales specific issues is where you can spend a ton of time giving your sales team amazing, attractive resources that they can actually use on calls, but also they can send to prospects as a follow-up. So when you think of your CRM and your website as the same tool, you're going to be putting yourself exponentially ahead of the curve, and you're creating the means for a high converting website to take shape and scale as time goes on. Now, we're not going to start again with something this complex. However, I wanted to show you where this can go because the possibilities are endless when you see your CRM and your website as your central hub for all things marketing and sales. That's all I have for this video. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Hey guys, at the end of each episode, I like to just give a quick summary of the bullet points of the things that I want you to take away from this episode. And from today, like a quick recap, those of us that think about our website as something completely separate from our CRM, we're doing it wrong. The CRM and your website are the exact same thing, and we have to start thinking about the CRM as the back end and the website as the front end, okay? And so once we start to get into that mindset of seeing them as the same unit, we're gonna be able to do a lot of amazing things. And it's not just something where they're completely separated, they're not together, they're completely isolated tools. That's not the way it is. You have to see them as the main source. And once we do, we are going to unlock so much potential inside of our lead generation, inside of our nurturing, and so on. That's it for today, guys. If you have not done so yet, please go and check out the website conversion assessment on our website. It is webcanopystudio.com/assessment. Take the 30 questions and see how you fare. You'll get a checklist and a free report as a result. I can't recommend it more. That's it. We'll see you next time. Thank you.